So then I changed my mind. I was no longer teaching Thai babies how to speak English. I was actually gonna be an au pair in America. If you don't know what an au pair is, an au pair is a live-in nanny, right, from a different country. And basically the whole point around the term even is that there's a cultural exchange. Like, you have someone from another country come into your home, teach you their language, you learn theirs, about their cultures and foods and everything. It's for cultural exchange purposes. And it's a very fun thing to do for people who are on the receiving ends, like families with kids, and also for the au pairs who are leaving their countries and going to another country to do this job. It's actually a job. So I was leaning more towards that, and my dad and I were there, and he was like asking a lot of questions about security. How will he be able to reach me if I go? How will he communicate with me? You know, how just like typical parental concerning questions like that he had. And we drove back home, and this was, I'm still in grade 11, remember. We drove back home. I was very very excited. The program was like a little bit expensive, like the expenses were a lot. I will get into that in another video. But yeah, my dad was a little bit, both me, I don't know about him, but I was a little bit worried about that. But I just knew I was gonna, there was just something in me that just knew that this is what I'm gonna be doing within the next 2 years of my life, right? Because I was still in grade 11, and so grade 11 passed by. I was still keeping in contact with that lady, and they kept sending me more information, giving me testimonies of other girls. I was on Google every day, googling every single piece of information out there that had anything to do with au pair in America. Everything. Like, you could ask me anything and I'll tell you. That's how hard I was on the internet every day researching. I was on Google watching other girls' experiences. I mean, not Google, man, YouTube, watching girls au pair. I was serious about this thing. So, and then grade 12 came. I focused on my studies, and I actually that year I planned on getting all my paperwork done to actually qualify. So all you need is your matric certificate. You need to speak English really well. You need a license, you need a passport, you need a visa, a clear criminal record, a clear medical record, like all those things, and a non-smoker. That's all the requirements that I can think of at the top of my head. So, and I was doing this thing, and I was meant to get all my qualifications when I was still doing matric, but school got to be a lot. So I just told myself, I'm just gonna focus on this school thing, get it done, do it one time and one time only. I wasn't trying to like rewrite exams or remark or redo anything. I wanted to do this once and for all, get it done, and be gone, to get out of here. That's what I wanted. So I focused on my studies, and as soon as I was done writing exams, I went to driving school. My dad paid for my driving lessons, and I want to say at this point, I don't think neither one of my parents thought I was that serious. Like, they were paying for stuff, but they still, I don't know what was happening through their head, but I don't think they thought that I was really gonna like go through with everything. I went to driving school, I got my license, I went to the Home Office, I got a passport. Some time went by, and like, I just want to say that this is taking a long time. Like, it seems like everything happened like this because like I'm telling a story, but everything took so long. Like, I got discouraged at some point. My friends ended up going to university. There were some people who thought that there were people who thought that's why I'm lying and saying that I'm going to like live in another country. There was a lot happening in between, but I was focused. Like this is where my focus was, on getting that one-way ticket to America. And nothing could get in my way, not other people's rumors, not even the pressure of feeling like I'm running out of time. So yeah, where was I? Wait. Oh yeah, I was getting everything done. I was getting my qualifications, I was doing my medical exams, I was doing my criminal background checkups. I was serious and I was getting everything done. And so when I was finally done with all my paperwork, the last thing I had to do was apply for a visa, which is also another story for another day. The day that I got my visa, the Lord was present. That's all that I'm gonna say. God is always present, but that day he was there with his angels, with the ancestors. Everybody was there fighting for your girl. Everybody was there just pulling strings, using strangers. God used so many people on that day to save my life and to get me that visa. That will be a story time for another day, because every time I think of that story, I just get so emotional. It was a hard day. That it was a really hard day, and at the same time it was a very happy day, right? Because I still ended up getting my visa. So yeah, anyway, I got my visa and now I'm buying suitcases. Now I'm like doing a travel checklist, and now I've never traveled anywhere on a plane, anywhere out of the country. I'm researching everything that I need to know about like airport restrictions, airline restrictions. I'm getting really excited. And this is wait, grade 11 was in 2017 was matric. Yeah, this was now in 2018, right? And by now half the year is already gone. I am still home. I still haven't left. My peers are now all settled into university. They know what they're doing, and I'm still home, right? I'm still home. But like I said, I wasn't distracted by that a lot. I mean, it got to me, but I wasn't distracted by that a lot. Like, I was focusing on the bigger picture. And so everything finally came together, and I got on that plane and I left. You guys, I left for not only a year, but I lived for a year and a half, about 18 months actually. Yeah, about 18 months. It was longer than I had planned, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life so far, in my like short adult life. It was the best decision that I've ever made for myself. And I just want to add that, like, I did mention that everything seemed like it was happening fast, but it wasn't. Like, I wanted to get my things done when I was in matric, so that January or February by 2018 I'd be gone. Because it was hard, man. Like, my friends were supportive and all, but like, you know how childish high school kids can be. Like, there was like a lot of like, yeah, and let me not even get into that. But it wasn't easy. Like, I had to be really focused. I had to not lose my drive and my passion for what I knew I wanted to do. I mean, like, there was like a lot of pressure to go to. I even applied for university. I just felt so much pressure to do what everyone else was doing and go to school and just like be a normal kid, like go the normal route of going to high school and going to university, whatever, you know, normal means. But like, according to how society has done things up until so far, you go to school, you go to high school, you go to university, you work, and you, I don't know, live life. That's not how I wanted to do things. And a lot of the times I doubted myself. Or did I make a mistake? Or what if I regret this? What if I'm wasting my time? Which is something that a lot of like young people struggle with. You feel like you don't have time. I promise you, you have all the time in the world. I'm turning 23 this year, and I still have time to do anything and every single thing that I want in this life. So yeah, there was just a lot. Don't be afraid. Like, I'm trying to look at my notes and see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, and lastly, sure, taking a gap year means that you will be academically behind when it comes to your peers, people you graduated high school with. You will be academically behind, and you cannot let that like it get to you. I am 3 years academically behind. The people that I left high school with graduated last year. Some of them are finishing this year, and I'm only starting school this year, right? and it's so easy like to feel left out, left behind, discouraged, like you're doing something wrong, like you know you're doing things the wrong way. But all I have to say is don't worry about that. Like I think most people realize pretty soon after leaving high school that life is not going to be the same for all of us. Like some people don't make it, some people don't make it as in like pass matric, some people don't get into university, some people just don't want to go to university, some people just want to go to work and get on with their life, some people are driven by academics, they love academia, that's just what they want to do every day all day. Some people, things aren't meant to happen the same way. Like it's just, you know, man, high school is just such an institution that is set up for us to do every single thing together at the same time, the very same way. And so when you leave, it's hard to let go, to shed that mentality that everything needs to happen together at the same time. So I think I realized that very, very quick, that yeah, things are going to be very, very different, even from your friends, like the people who you used to spend every single day together, every single moment of your life. You know, there isn't a decision that you make in high school without, excuse me, including your friends. But that changes very, very quickly. I don't know if that has anything to do with the video, but anyway, this is all I have to say about my story time on how and why I decided to take a gap year after university. From now on, I'll be doing like a whole series on everything, on how I'll be going more into detail of how I really did become an au pair, how to find a family, a good family and stuff like that. I'll just like be doing more videos on this. I think I've wanted to do this, you know, these kind of videos for a while, but I first wanted to get into YouTube and feel it out and see if I can actually do this, like sit in my house in front of the camera and just talk to myself. And now that I'm a little bit more comfortable and confident with everything, I am prepared to talk a little more about this, because I also think a lot of people are interested in knowing, and I also think that a lot of people should know about these kind of things and have more access to information like this, so that we can all strive together, we can all win together, we can all be well traveled together and learn new things about life together. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you like it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel also, and see you guys next time. Bye.